Hey Ajay, so nice to have you here, and thank you for taking your time. And this is something that I wanted to do for quite some time because your experience was something phenomenal. I just wanted to share that with the world from your mouth, of course. So we can begin with that, but let's maybe begin with a short introduction. You can introduce yourself so that our viewers can know who you are, what is your background, whatever you feel like is the case. Hmm?
Hey, hi Shikhar. Very good morning, first of all. So, I'm really happy to be here today. I just want to introduce myself. So, hi, I'm Ajay Nasani. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm currently working as a senior AVP in Wells Fargo. So, prior to this, I worked in different organizations like TCS, CTS, and a small company called Signity, and then a startup in Technomax. So, I have more than 14 plus years of experience, especially in ETL data warehousing testing frameworks. So, I worked in different capacities right from my beginning of my career, right from individual contributor to a module lead to a team lead, then to a manager, QA manager. So I worked in different capacities, and my expertise lies in different ETL tools like Informatica Talent, SAP boards. So the major reason I am here is because of Mr. Shekhar Saikia. I'm happy here today because I'm very happy joining my dream organization Wells Fargo as a senior AVP. So that's a short intro about me.
Thank you and congratulations. So, for the people who, just to give some background, so Ajay recently cracked Wells Fargo. So, he joined. I think it's second week, right, Ajay?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been second week there. So, it's a great role, senior AVP, and a lot of important charters that he'll be driving. And, that is one of the reasons why I also wanted to talk today. So, first of all, again, congratulations, Ajay. So, and thanks for the introduction. Okay. So let's probably begin from the beginning. I mean, I think we started when 2 3 months back, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
even 3 months, right? So you
Less
three
than 2 months.
less than 2 months back, right? Right. So first, what I'll probably want from of course, we had a long discussion before you joined and everything, but I'll just like to understand your perspective. See, not everybody goes for mentorship, and when people also go for mentorship, like this kind of mentorship, because ours is a pretty different structure. It is not a certification course, and it's premium also because we work with
Mhm.
very few people. So what made you probably decide ki let's go for this and let's go for a mentorship, and then specifically why probably with me? Okay, whatever is in your heart you can share.
Yeah, definitely, sure. So I chose this because I'm quite selective in terms of whatever I do in my life. So actually, I was in a situation where I was not sure whether to go for a next phase, or I'm not getting enough recognition in the current role. So I've been in the current role for more than 3.5 years. So, and I don't see any signs of promotion in the near future. So I
Mm,
feel like I'm getting stagnated there. So even if I see 1 or 2 years down the line, if I see there is a promotion coming up, I would have stayed back in CTS. But I don't see such things happening because of the what are the reasons they give. I am not very happy with that because they should recognize me when there is that X factor in me. But if ever they see, if ever they say that there are many candidates and we have to wait, I don't see a point in that because you should be reserved whenever, whatever, when, and at the time of whenever it comes. If ever you are aiming for some promotion, it comes in the right time that gives you enough happiness. So in that connection, I felt like there is a need some for guidance for me because I want to transition into a management role because that is the role where I can quickly move up the ladder because I have big dreams in the future because I want to land up as a CEO sometime down the line, 10 to 15 years. So I thought I would need some kind of mentorship, some guidance, some direction from some senior person so he's well versed in the industry and who can not only guide me and also handhold me sometimes whenever it is required. So whenever I saw that ad in Facebook, I one day I was going through Facebook ads and suddenly I happened to see your ad, and I felt like this is something which I was looking for. So I thought like I'll have a connect. So I reached out to the respective person in the team. Then I told them I want to connect with you, and I got your number directly. So sometimes people don't share their numbers, but
right.
I happened to get your number, and I got a chance to talk to you multiple times before joining. So after talking to you, after getting enough trust, only then I joined that this will be something like a game changer for me. So then itself I joined Career Accelerators. And after that, I think within less than 2 months, I see that result coming up. So I was in the process of getting one offer, and I already got one offer, and I'm in the process of getting another big offer. But I
Yep.
joined Wells Fargo because I see that a promising future here, based on your suggestions and suggestions from multiple people, and after detailed consideration of my personal and professional choices, I thought I'll
Mm.
join the Wells Fargo.
I think there was I mean, we spent some good time there, right?
Mhm.
Discussing that thing, like which one, because again, just to give some background, so Ajay cracked a wonderful offer. Not only he designation wise, it's a senior, I mean, pretty good hike also monetarily, and the other offer was what he was getting was even better than that, like monetarily. But why I recommended Wells Fargo, and I'm happy that you chose that, because I think it is not just about money, right? There are a lot of other factors as well. If we need to, the choice that we make while doing this transition, if it is purely money driven, many times it may not be the right one. You already get great money in Wells Fargo as well, but I think the brand name, the responsibility that you are getting here, if you play your cards right, if you work really hard, and which you do, I mean, you are a hard worker, you were a hard worker in your previous organization as well. This should be a very accelerated path for you. Okay, the goal is not just to change a job, right? Goal is when you join this job, you should have a very like super fast growth. That is the reason why I recommended Wells Fargo. So thank you for that. And what probably made you have the trust, Ajay? Because it took your time. I remember. No, we had so many discussions around that. So finally, what is that thing probably because of which you said, "Yeah, probably I should go for this."
See, before this also I joined a couple of other organizations, but not exactly mentorship, but something like on the lines of learning some new technology and all. So, but
Mhm.
I see that there people, I mean, they are more inclined towards getting the job done, getting me enrolled in their programs. But when I had a conversation with you, you have taken time and you have showed genuine interest in my conversations. So whatever the point I have brought to you during these discussions of initially before joining Career Accelerators, yeah, you have given me genuine feedback. So you are not in a rush for me to join this course. So you are not the conversation of was not in that line where you wanted me to enroll the course in some way or the other, but it was more in terms of showing interest in my conversations in the point which I brought to you. I felt like this is something genuine, and you're taking time and discussing each and everything, whatever the point I brought to you. So in that connection, I felt like this is something genuine. So he's taking time for us. He wanted to transform someone's life. So you're showing that genuine interest that made me trust here. And I thought like this will be something like uh, maybe it will create some new path for me, and this could be sometimes a turning point in my current role or whatever I have been doing right now to what I want to be in future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And one of the core values when I started Career Accelerators, I defined certain set of core values. Okay. So one of the values was relationships over transaction. We need transaction. It's a business. Of course, we need to generate revenue, right? So I think relationship are far more important than transactions. If we have relationship, transactions will come. Value over revenue. If you provide value, revenue will come. But if you're so
Exactly.
revenue obsessed, then it is not the right path, and that is not a path probably I'd like to take. So I'm happy that I could at least project that sense of trust to you, and I hope it was not misplaced. I mean, how was the experience? Maybe you can share that.
Yeah, it was really a wonderful experience. Since I joined, I was joining the weekly calls. So mostly on Sundays, so weekdays, once in a while I used to join, but mostly on Sundays I used to join, and I was following the path, whatever you have shared, whatever the guidance you have shared, and whatever the learning material you shared in the portal. So I was going through that, but eventually I got opportunities, and from then I was in continuous conversations with you on how to go about the next step, each and every step. And I remember that I called you multiple times and I bothered you so many times, but you
Oh,
are
that's okay.
very patient in terms of answering my each and every question, and you handholded me in terms of preparing for the interviews. throughout the for each round we had a discussion. I remember that how to go about next and what to talk to recruiter and what not to talk, and what kind of discussions we can take forward in negotiation. So I remember all the discussions. So right from the beginning to of attending the first level interview to the final negotiation of the offer and accepting the offer. So we had a lot of conversations so around different organizations, whether it could be Wells Fargo or whether it could be other organization, FN Analytics. So we had multiple conversations. So I learned a lot from this journey, and I would like to learn in the future as well. I want you as a mentee not only now but also in future, because I know that we have that big picture in my mind. One
Right.
is a 1 crore salary club, and other one is I want to land as a CEO in the next 10 to 15 years. So
Absolutely.
I would definitely need your mentorship. So I would be continuing as a mentee not only now but also in the future. Thank you very much, Shekhar, once again.
That'll be my pleasure. And 1 crore to you're already halfway almost. So we'll be reaching that. Not a big issue. And the CEO part, of course. I mean, first of all, what I really love about, I'll share something about your stint, right? You're doing exactly as I was telling you. I mean, you may have doubts, questions, you are clarifying all those things many a times sometimes, but that is okay because there is a reason why this mentorship is. I tell that you guys have to give your first shot. I'm there to hold your hand, and you are giving that. Okay. So, this consistency and the big dreams. Many people don't even have the courage to dream big. You have the courage. You are saying it out in open here in front of the world that I want to become a CEO. That is the first step. That is the declaration. And I hope the belief breaking and fear setting exercises that we also did that may
Yes,
also contributed to this courage, right?
yes, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
true.
that is the first step, because if I don't even declare, then how can I even hope of achieving that, right? And once we have declared, next step is the big vision, the reverse engineering exercises that we do, and this creates that path. Okay, this is a step by step process. Probably I need to execute. It will not happen overnight. You don't become a CEO in somebody saying some magic formula. I don't give that, right? But point is how to fast track that, right? Probably 0.1% of the entire population will become a CEO or CXO or CTO. How can I be that 0.1%? That is the whole game. Got it? And
Yes.
like any of the stuff that we did, Ajay, that really stood out, that gave you this like, okay, this is something I probably, really the game changer for me in this journey.
Yeah, especially the the follow-up discussions we had after each interview. So that helped me a lot. So I was going through, if you remember, we had discussion about our JD. So I brought up the JD and we had a discussion about each and every point. So
Right.
you made me highlight the ones which are in my interest, or whichever I know are in green color, and somewhat in yellow color,
Hmm.
and some things which we don't know in red color. So
Hmm.
after doing that exercise, I got some confidence that I can crack this interview. So preparing for that interview and going through that JD, and you have given some tips in terms of what kind of things we can talk in the interview and what not to talk. So these exercises really helped me, and the follow-up discussions I had with recruiter. So that also helped me create a good bonding with the recruiter. So he was like, he also fought for me till the last minute for my joining bonus, but
Hmm.
that did not happen. So he felt like, I'm sorry, I could not do it. But nevertheless, I got good offer. I'm happy for that, whatever I got. But whatever the exercises you mentioned as one of the exercises, the big vision dream and 16 personalities test, that also helped me realize that there is some potential in me. I felt like I feel like there is something in me, but I don't find a way to. I mean, what exactly you say? I don't find exact way to articulate or give it a good what do you say? Bring it in
Presentation,
the
right?
form of, yeah,
Hmm.
definition or something like that. But after
Hmm.
doing that 16 personalities test, I felt like I got the role of commander. so
Uh,
so I feel like, yes, there is something in me. Definitely, with some changes, I can become a good leader as well. So that gave me good confidence. And apart from that, following up on each and every item in the JD and doing some background exercises on what are the points which I don't know, which really helped me crack the interview without any problem. And this interviews with Wells Fargo was more or like a cakewalk for me, because I did not feel any difficulty in handling these interviews, because I was more comfortable before the interview itself because of the discussion I had with you on each and every point. So I was very sure that if they ask this point, I can talk about this. If they ask about this, I can talk about this, because we had discussion about my past and what I have done so far with respect to each and every point. So that gave me good confidence in handling the interviews. So that is one thing I still remember, and I think I have to make such kind of exercises even in the future if I'm going for other interviews.
Absolutely. Preparation is the key, right? I mean, we did extensive preparation,
Hmm.
and the preparation actually shows up. If you go somewhere just randomly, most people, what they do before the interview, they'll probably just read up some technical stuff. Okay. That is the best preparation they do, right? We had the interview playbook, we had the interview strategy document, all those things we did. We went over each and every point, right? And I think within 2 months of, I think we got two offers, right? It was just a, sorry about this, negotiation part that was going on. And for the negotiation, honestly speaking, we could have negotiated a bit harder also, but I didn't want to. Why? Because you don't want to lose the offer also, right?
Hmm.
We got a pretty good, I think around 40% over, probably something we
Yeah.
cracked, right? Which is
Yes.
a pretty decent number because your package is also in a higher range. You are not somebody who is earning 10, 15 lakhs, right? So that's a good number. Negotiation is a dance, as I tell you, right? So we have to dance it in such a way that it benefits both the sides. It's a win-win situation for us. So that is the primary reason why I didn't want to push for the negotiation, but you understood the skills of that, which you can incorporate in future, right? In any areas of life, not only in
Yes.
salary negotiation, even in the job. As a leaders, we do that. As a leader, we constantly take decisions, we constantly negotiate, we constantly network and communicate. So if you apply those principles that I taught you in current job also, it'll be again a cakewalk. Okay.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing all those insights, Ajay. I think we're good. Just one probably last thing. So a lot of people go through the phases that you are going through. This is a very common thing because I've talked to thousands of people, right? I see same set of problem, extremely talented, hardworking people who are stuck in some place and they're not happy about whatever they're getting, but they don't take the step necessary to break free from that. Okay. Any advice for the people who probably were going with similar kind of struggles that that you were going and which you broke through?
Yeah, definitely. I would want more people to benefit from this, because not only me, I see that real happiness makes real happiness comes in making others happy. So
Abs-
I see that sometimes what you said is like I did not have that much courage to express myself that I want to become a CEO one day, but today I'm very confident in saying that, because after going through this process, I feel like yes, I can do this. Whatever challenge comes, I got that confidence that I'll be able to handle, but not completely myself, but with the help of you. Because for me, especially in my family, I don't have a big brother kind of one who is into engineering before me. I'm the first person in my family who is first time into engineering. So I was feeling like I needed some kind of mentor or someone who knows more about the industry and dynamics, not only the present but also the future. Someone he has seen the nitty gritties of industry. So I was looking for some kind of guidance. But people who are going through such phase, you have to take a step. Sometimes the first step is most important thing. So you have to understand yourself that investing on yourself will definitely give results. So you have to invest in learning. So taking up something like this will be definitely a game changer for you. But one thing is you have to be very attentive, and you have to do whatever Shekhar says through his lessons. Whatever every week you will be having a connect. You can go at your own pace. The course is over more than 3 months, so you can take enough time. You can go through the material. Take the step. What I would say is that people think a lot of times, they think even for investing some money they think a lot, but this is investing on yourself. You remember that you will be getting at least 30 to 40%, like that is the minimum return, I would say here. Because if you think more about money, you will not be able to do more things in future. Because think less about the monetary things, but think more about your future. That I would say. So take a step, take the step. The first step is very important. Once you take the first step, you will get that momentum and you will keep going till the last, whatever, wherever you want to go. So that have the courage to dream big and take the first step. That I would say.
Thank you. Thank you. Very rightly, I think couple of things you said, that taking the step. What I observe now, many people don't take a decision. It is not like they are not convinced or something. They just want to park it for the future. They think that
Hmm.
not taking decision, because people are very afraid to make the wrong decision. So they don't take any decisions for the fear of making the wrong decision.
Hmm.
What they don't realize, that not taking a decision itself is a wrong decision. Now, if you have
Hmm.
data and numbers that is telling that this is a wrong decision, don't go for that. But you have everything in front of you, but just because you have some fear, and people, I find it very surprising. People can spend lakhs of rupees to buy an iPhone, buy a bike, buy crores to buy a house, but when it comes to invest in self, very few people actually go all the way. My personal transition started when I started investing heavily in myself. Every year I spend at least 1 to 2 lakhs rupees on my personal investment, and I don't do any of those certification course from IIM or something. I do stuff which is different, which not probably everybody is doing, which are practical. So even just like 2 months back, I invested in a course for myself, because everybody has to keep on upskilling, right?
Hmm.
If you think that I have got it, there's nothing for me to get better, then finish. That is the end of your story.
Hmm.
So I think pretty critical advice, Ajay. Thank you so much for that. And most of all, thank you for the trust that you showed in me. Thank you for, you mentioned something called Big Brother. That really touched my heart. I mean, you always need a why you're doing whatever those things. And my why comes from when I see the people I'm working with getting successful, when I feel, I could touch somebody's life in a smallest possible way. So thank you for giving that opportunity, and I wish you all the very best. I know our journey will go long, but this phase of the journey is complete, and I'm so happy that it ended in a very beautiful space for you to create unbounded possibilities for you.
Thank you very much, Shekhar. It was my pleasure, because I would say that I'm lucky to have witnessed that ad, and finally eventually got into this course and happened to transition into a beautiful company. Because here in Wells Fargo, I feel like I'm into a new world completely, and I see that there is lot of value, lot of emphasis on each employee, lot of importance they give to each and every employee. So I see a different environment altogether. I see very positive environment. I feel like a bit elevated in terms of whatever I've been doing. So I feel like I'm going into some next phase of my career. So I see everything positive coming up. So I see that I'm really happy. Thank you very much once again for your concern. Or whenever I bothered you, you patiently answered all my questions. So sorry about that, but
No,
um,
no.
sometimes
Yeah,
I feel like I want to clarify it immediately. I don't want to keep it on my top of my mind. So sometimes I happen to connect. But thank you very much. So our journey, I want our journey to continue, and definitely I want to share many more good news with you in future as well. So
absolutely.
thank you very much, and I also wish you all the best in all your dreams, Shikhar. I want you to transition or transform many more lives, not only me, and touch the future of many people. Thank you very much, Shikhar.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you.